What if I told you that some of Hollywood's biggest stars share more than just the spotlight? They share the same last name, the same bloodline, and sometimes even the same red carpet rivalry. From iconic dynasties to surprising step-parent ties, today we're uncovering the most fascinating family connections in Hollywood. Get ready because some of these might shock you. 1. Emma Roberts, Eric Roberts, and Julia Roberts. Emma Roberts didn't just stumble into fame. She grew up surrounded by Hollywood legends. Her father, Eric Roberts, has appeared in over 600 films and shows, but it's her aunt, Julia Roberts, who became the ultimate Hollywood superstar. Julia's roles in Pretty Woman, Notting Hill, and Erin Brockovich made her America's sweetheart. Emma was inspired by her aunt's career but decided to prove herself on her own. She started out in Unfabulous on Nickelodeon, later breaking into more mature roles like Scream 4 and American Horror Story. She once said that having Julia Roberts as her aunt opened doors, but keeping them open was entirely up to her talent. And clearly, she's done just that. 2. Antonio Banderas and Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson may have shocked the world with 50 Shades of Grey, but her Hollywood roots run deep. Her mother, Melanie Griffith, is an actress, and her father is Miami Vice star Don Johnson. When Melanie married Spanish heartthrob Antonio Banderas, he became Dakota's stepfather. What's beautiful is how Antonio embraced the role. Even after his divorce from Melanie, he still calls Dakota his daughter. Dakota once said Antonio was a guiding figure in her life, teaching her to approach Hollywood with humility. It's one of the sweetest blended family stories in the industry. 3. The Baldwin brothers and Dakota and Elle Fanning. Hollywood has always loved sibling dynasties. The Baldwin brothers, Alec, Stephen, William, and Daniel, practically defined American TV and movies in the 80s and 90s. Alec Baldwin became the most famous, starring in 30 Rock and The Departed. On the other hand, sisters Dakota and Elle Fanning became child stars in the 2000s. Dakota's emotional performance in I Am Sam won hearts when she was only 7 years old, while Elle stepped into stardom with roles in Maleficent and The Great. What makes their story interesting is how differently they navigated fame. The Baldwins often faced tabloid controversies, while the Fanning sisters were carefully guided by their parents to avoid child star burnout. Both families show how siblings can shape Hollywood in completely different eras. 4. Bill Alexander and Stellan Skarsgård. When it comes to Hollywood dynasties, few are as unique as the Skarsgårds. Patriarch Stellan Skarsgård became known for powerful performances in Good Will Hunting, Chernobyl, and Mamma Mia. His son Alexander Skarsgård achieved heartthrob status with HBO's True Blood, but he proved his dramatic chops by winning an Emmy for Big Little Lies. Another son, Bill Skarsgård, terrified an entire generation as Pennywise in it, a role so intense that Bill admitted he had trouble shaking the clown's creepy smile. The family has 8 children in total, with several also entering acting. For Sweden, the Skarsgårds are like Hollywood royalty exported to the world. 5. Johnny Depp and Lily Rose Depp. For decades, Johnny Depp was Hollywood's rebel superstar, from Edward Scissorhands to Pirates of the Caribbean. But behind the spotlight, he was also raising a daughter with French singer Vanessa Paradis. Lily Rose Depp grew up in Paris, balancing her American and French roots. She started modeling for Chanel as a teenager and transitioned into acting with The King and HBO's The Idol. While she has faced criticism for being a nepo baby, Lily Rose has openly said she wants to carve out her own path, not just live in her father's shadow. 6. Patrick and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everyone knows Arnold Schwarzenegger's story: bodybuilding champion, Hollywood action hero, and even governor of California. But his son Patrick Schwarzenegger has been quietly building his own career. Patrick first modeled for Ralph Lauren and then took acting roles in Midnight Sun and Amazon's The Terminal List. While Patrick often jokes about the pressure of having Arnold as his dad, he also embraces it. Arnold, in turn, calls Patrick the future of the Schwarzenegger name in Hollywood. 7. Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal. The Gyllenhaal siblings are a true Hollywood powerhouse. Their parents were both in the industry, so Jake and Maggie grew up around film sets. Jake's career skyrocketed with Donnie Darko and Brokeback Mountain, making him one of the most versatile actors of his generation. Maggie carved her own path, starring in The Dark Knight and later shifting toward directing with The Lost Daughter, which earned her Oscar nominations. The siblings often support each other at premieres, showing that Hollywood rivalry doesn't have to divide families. 8. Nicolas Cage, Sofia Coppola, and Francis Ford Coppola. This one is pure Hollywood royalty. Francis Ford Coppola, director of the Godfather trilogy and Apocalypse Now, is one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. His daughter, Sofia Coppola, grew up on film sets and later made history with Lost in Translation, which won her an Oscar. Now, where does Nicolas Cage fit in? He was actually born Nicolas Coppola, but he changed his name to Cage to avoid accusations of nepotism. Despite the name change, his talent shone through with unforgettable performances in Leaving Las Vegas, National Treasure, and Face/Off. 9. Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke, and Uma Thurman. Maya Hawke is one of the fastest rising stars in Hollywood thanks to her role as Robin in Stranger Things. But her parents are two legends, Ethan Hawke, known for Training Day and Before Sunrise, and Uma Thurman, the star of Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction. Maya has spoken openly about the pressure of being compared to her parents, but she's also grateful. She's pursuing acting and a music career, proving she's more than just the daughter of. 10. Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck. The Affleck brothers are a fascinating case of two siblings both reaching the very top of Hollywood. Ben Affleck started out with Good Will Hunting, which he co-wrote with his childhood friend Matt Damon. That film won them Oscars and launched Ben's career as an actor, director, and even Batman. Casey Affleck, meanwhile, built a quieter but equally respected career. He won an Oscar for Manchester by the Sea and continues to take on deeply emotional roles. Though both brothers had ups and downs in their careers, they've remained close, often spotted cheering each other on. From the Skarsgårds of Sweden to the Coppolas of Hollywood, one thing is clear: talent runs in the family. These connections show us that behind every famous last name is a web of relationships, legacies, and sometimes rivalries. Which family surprised you the most? Was it Johnny and Lily Rose Depp? Or maybe the idea that Nicolas Cage is actually a Coppola? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more celebrity deep dives.